Hey everybody, welcome, olá, bem-vindos. So for today, my topic is what makes a good tutor. It can be an overwhelming process to find a European Portuguese tutor. And even once you find some, it might be a hard decision to pick one. And why should I go with this one instead of this one? So you really have to talk to the tutor and understand what are her strengths. So specifically in my case, I believe that one of my biggest strengths is my creative teaching, because I do have a background, a creative background. My degree is in advertising, marketing, and branding, and I did work in that field for several years in Lisbon. I'm very visual in my teaching, and as you can see on my Facebook posts that I develop, I really like to simplify grammar and explain it in an easy way, but very visual, with strong images to make teaching fun and engaging and different, of course. This is very important to keep motivation for the students. If lessons aren't engaging and they're not creative nowadays, it's very easy for students to feel themselves, tired and not so motivated to continue. And since to learn a language you need to, have so many hours of lessons before you become fluent, it's very important for tutors to keep working on that motivation. So also, I'm a very well-versed tutor, very experienced with the Portuguese culture and with the American culture. So I think that's also a big advantage, because when I'm teaching a language, since I lived in both countries and I'm bilingual in both languages, I can really give you guys a better understanding of cultural differences. That goes beyond the language. So I can explain to you that in Portugal you tip in a certain way, while in the US it's expected for you to tip in a different way, or to greet someone, while in Portugal it's very common to greet with 2 kisses, and in the US it's more common to greet, especially at the beginning, with a handshake. So it's very important that a tutor has that understanding, those cultural differences. So especially if you're moving to Portugal, you're aware of those cultural differences, and it's not something totally new, because it goes beyond just knowing the language. So I really, really try to focus on that as well. And then it's important to keep students updated. That's something that I really like to work on. So I like to send articles to my students of what's going on in Portugal. I like to talk about what's going on in Portugal, new restaurants that might be opening, or, just trends, global trends, new restaurants, new hotels, something that's happening. We can even talk about the Web Summit, or other big events that happen in Portugal. It's important to feel so the student feels that he's well informed about what's going in the country, and it makes lessons much more fun. So I just wanted to give you an idea of how my teaching is. It's a very unconventional teaching. I do focus on grammar. I do teach the language, but I like to do extra activities, things that can make learning fun. So if you go to my Facebook page, one of the activities that I just created is the post-it activity. So for you to learn vocabulary, just put post-its all over your house. Start small, start with a little room. You can start with a kitchen, 10 post-its a week, and put them on objects and start learning that vocabulary and practicing, and keep adding up. So let's make learning fun, engaging, and then when you move to Portugal, or when you talk Portuguese, you'll feel much that feeling of accomplishment that you worked so hard to achieve. So enjoy your day, obrigada e bom fim de semana. Até para a semana.